do you have for songwriters? Because you just seem to really know how to create a great song out of anything.
Yeah, well, and it wasn't always that way. I have tapes of myself when I was 10, 15 years old, and just making really, really awful songs. Like, I feel like I've improved by leaps and bounds, and it's because I've been able to spend, hours and hours every day honing my craft. And I really believe in, have you heard of the 10,000 hour rule? So I really think that is like a legitimate thing where if you're spending like focused time, you can master something in 10,000 hours of work, which amounts to like 8 hours a day for 5 years or something like that.
Which this day and age, you're spending so much more time every day. So you could probably spend 16 hours a day and do it in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
No lie.
How dedicated are you? But yeah, no, it's really just like, having a bit of natural ability is always going to help you, but I really feel like if you're passionate about something and you put the time in, you will get there eventually. And that a great song is just something that connects with people. It doesn't have to be catchy, but it'll help, if you have that kind of hook that people can't help but get stuck in their heads and sing. Actually, like a lot of songs just have the same structure, verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus. It's like that perfect sort of balance of like how much someone wants to hear something, because a little bit of repetition makes something familiar. And if you look at all the great songs, like they have that kind of a formula that makes them work, and not every single one, but starting from there is definitely good for someone if you're just wanting to learn how to do songwriting. And then you start breaking rules, and you find what works for you by just
practicing.
Trying it out.
Now with the kind of more traditional industry coming into YouTube more, how do you stand out and be heard and gain subscribers? Is it harder now?
I feel like it is. I think I would still call myself relatively new to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people who've been doing it for years and years, and I've heard their stories of how it's changed, and I think it is getting harder. I think the things that everyone says work really do work, like being consistent, like having a regular day maybe, or whatever schedule you have where you upload, and people being able to know what to expect to get from you, and maintaining consistent quality and interacting with your viewership. I think all that stuff is important, collaborating with people. And those things are good if the most important thing to you is like getting a lot of views and a lot of subscribers. Like that's like really like something that you have to do. But ultimately I think it's also important to be doing what you love and what you're passionate about, and being yourself, and I think people can really tell that as well.
What about equipment that you used, and editing software, all that stuff?
I really like the program Ableton Live for recording my music. I find that it's a bit of a steep learning curve, but I think once you get the hang of it, you can do stuff like so much more efficiently than a lot of other programs that I've played with. A lot of other stuff is just interchangeable. Like the more money that you can spend on a microphone, obviously the better.
What mic do you use?
I have one called, it's an Audio-Technica 4040, so it's like a condenser microphone. I use it for almost everything.
What are your tips to building community on YouTube?
I think you really have to care about your fans and interact with them. Like obviously you can't respond to every single person that's writing you if you are getting a lot of views and comments, but just if someone asks a really good question, like replying to that, responding on Twitter, and if you're working with other people who are doing YouTube too, like just sharing their stuff and shouting them out. I think YouTube is really great because everyone that I've met seems so willing to kind of help each other out and work together, and I think it's just about caring and getting invested in that community.